when it comes to grading, the AI is very good, but the AI cannot do it alone. You don't replace your real work with the AI. You still have to be working together. I think we have to be curious enough to be looking for such opportunities and then get engaged. Okay, so the onus is on us to be curious. If we are having a curriculum that raises children to be curious, then we ourselves have to be curious ourselves. Assessment should not just be about measuring student performance, but it should guide us the way we learn instead of just measuring our performances. My teaching philosophy has gradually shifted from only getting correct answers to helping students deeply understand concepts. It is good to start with hands-on activities.
Welcome back to episode 4 of AssessPrep Insights. As education enters a brand new era, we're not just watching the change happen, we're trying to understand and how to guide it. On this podcast, we connect with leading educators from across the globe who are at the forefront of redefining future of learning. From demystifying the real-world role of artificial intelligence to designing assessments that truly capture student potential, we are diving deep into the innovation shaping today's classroom. I'm your host, Sidhi Baweja from AssessPrep, and I'm so glad you're tuning in today. Michael is a dedicated mathematics teacher at the prestigious Hermann International College, also known as SOSHGIC in Ghana. Teaching at a renowned IB World School celebrated for his Pan-African ethos and commitment to holistic education, Michael brings a highly analytical yet deeply compassionate perspective to student learning and development. In today's episode, we're going to explore 3 key areas with Michael. First, we'll dive into his teaching journey, discussing what drives his philosophy in the math classroom and how his instruction approach has evolved over time. Then we want to have an honest conversation about navigating AI, taking a close look at his current role and future role in assessments from a teacher's perspective. And finally, we want to touch upon how we can turn data into action, specifically how Michael uses insights gathered from student assessments to adapt to his teaching strategies and support individual student growth. Michael, welcome to the podcast. It's so wonderful to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's nice to engage you.
Yes. So would you want to start with like a quick round of introduction and tell our viewers what you do, where you're from, talk about your teaching philosophy and approach?
Sure. My name is Michael from SOSHGIC. I'm in the maths department. I teach MYP and then DP. And basically, I love to see children learn and to grow. And then based on my teaching philosophy, when I came to SOSHGIC, of course, I have different styles of teaching. But when I got into the SOSHGIC community, I had the opportunity to go through a lot of training. And so that had impact in my teachings. Okay, so my teaching philosophy has gradually shifted from only getting correct answers to helping students deeply understand concepts. And I focus on mathematical thinking, communication, and then helping students to identify patterns and make connections. And over the years too, I have also seen that students grow differently. So that has also compelled me to add differentiation instructions, and then some sound interventions as part of my teaching. Thank you.
I think you've touched upon a lot of teaching strategies. Could you talk about one of your favorite strategies and how do you really implement it? And why I ask is because anybody who's listening from the educator community would be very interested to know, for example, differentiation, right? What is that one best practice that works for you? What is it that you do in your classroom for analytics that's really working for you? And then you decide, okay, this is how I'll connect with my students, this is the kind of communication I'll do, etc.
Well, in the beginning, you need to set up a very clear objective for the class or for the lesson. And then, in the lesson objective too, you want to, let me use MYP for example, you need to include maybe some command terms and then connect it to the IB key concepts. And then try and then challenge their thinking, to find out their current knowledge or understanding where they are. And then I just set out with the sort of activities, some activity that is going to drive the lesson. And then as part of the formative, that is where the differentiation comes in actually. I have to give maybe a low, medium, and high level kind of thinking questions. And in that way, I'm differentiating the tasks. That's what I do. But prior to that, of course, during the activities, we can group and regroup depending on what we want to achieve in the class.
Got it. So you're saying that one, obviously you do a lot of formatives which have different kind of questions, so that students who are, let's say, performing really well, they'll obviously have the higher order thinking question. Students who are probably need to work a little more, there are like, in terms of like differentiation, you have questions which are not so easy or like easy, and then probably medium level. But so let's say you've gotten that data. Then how do you inform the next day teaching? Because you spoke about how for you, it's not just about the grade or teaching, it's really about shaping the students' learning journeys. So how do you take those results and help students shape their learning journeys and improve those learning outcomes?
Of course, the data that I get is going to form the direction of my teaching and learning. And also for the students too, because they also have to have access to these information, so it can help address and then make some improvements. Okay, so the data helps me to identify students' understanding, and then skill gaps, and then find a strategic way to address these issues. Of course, I work with a lot of teachers, so we sort of we collaborate with ideas and best teaching practices to see how best we can address these challenges. But of course, for example, the AssessPrep that I use, for example, it has this analytic. You can just go there and then it gives you a breakdown of the performance of this in terms of the criteria and in which area they answered most and the ones that they couldn't answer most. So as for me as an educator or as a teacher, I take those data and then work on it and then provide very tangible interventions for the students so that they can benefit from it. So at the end of the day, they can improve. That's what I do.
I think that's very helpful. Even for the larger community, I think just ensuring that without AssessPrep, right? It's very important to have analytics at the level of question, at the level of curriculum, and then ensuring that you're giving students very actionable strategies as to how to improve that. So any other best practice that you think that you use or your colleagues use that you would want to share with the larger community that they can all learn from, that they all can adapt for shaping the learning journeys of the students?
Yeah, sure. Excuse me. Of course, since the goal is to help students to understand deeply the concepts and not just to memorize the formulas, it is good to start with hands-on activities. Okay, hands-on activities are one of the best ways of driving a process where the students will later get grounded and understand the concept really, really well. So hands-on activities, I think that is what we also use a lot to get this. So we use the hands-on activities. These are like practical aspect of it, and then through the process, we expect that the students will get grounded before we move on into the theory. Okay, so hands-on activities, I think, is also one of the very, very good ways to help to drive this skill, so that at the end of the day, the students can have the benefits. So it's not just about knowing how the formulas work, but memorizing the formulas and just applying, but understanding how the things came about is very important.
Got it. So I think
hands-on activities is something we do. Yeah. Thank you.
Got it. So I think two big key takeaways. One, obviously ensuring that you have analytics for questions and for standards. And second is always starting your curriculum with hands-on activities, because the retention is a lot better. I think, yeah. Okay. So now I sort of want to segue into the next part of the conversation, that given that your focus is on hands-on activities, but there is AI, right? Like today, everything is about AI. Things are digital more than just hands-on activities. Students are expected to type their answers rather than write those answers. So with the whole AI coming in and with the whole digital experience coming in, where does the hands-on activity really sit? So how do you combine the two very different worlds in your classroom?
Okay, so AI is very useful, very powerful in a sense when it's used together with the teacher or educator to help deliver the lesson or very important instructions and decisions. Okay, so I don't think it can replace what we are doing. but it can complement what we are doing and make it more efficient or faster. For example, if I have a hands-on activities, it can help me to design. When it comes to assessment design, of course, it's very useful. I can get a variety of assessment within the fastest time, and then among that activities, I can also take advantage of differentiated tasks within it, which I couldn't have done it just by myself, which would have taken advantage. AI will help me to get these varieties within a shorter possible time, and I can have a lot of variation when it comes to my engaging a student with hands-on activities. Okay, so I think it's good when teachers are taking advantage of it. I mean, it's complementing our work, making us more efficient, and making us deliver more instruction decisions that are at the end of the day will improve the outcome of the students. So I really think it's very supportive to very powerful, but it can't replace whatever we are doing, because students need to engage them. When it comes to issues of judgments, is a teacher relationship, it has to be with the teacher. All these things must be built, so it's not just one way. So that the student at the end of the day will holistically, somewhat developed all around. Thank you.
I completely agree with you. Like the fact that the AI1 obviously cannot replace the teacher. It has to be assisting a teacher and how you've just spoken about how AI helps you create differentiated activities, variations of it. I think that's great. Is it possible for you to share with us maybe one or two tips and tricks for the AI, like something that you use generally? Like maybe like you spoke about variations, but how do you go about creating it? Or if you use AI for something else in your classroom, and what the larger educator community can use or emulate from your style of teaching. So anything that you do that really works for your classroom.
Thank you. So particularly in the area of differentiating tasks. So if I rely on the AI to design a particular assessment or assessment task for my students, and I also realize that not every student are at the same level, okay, I can, with the right prompts, I can make the AI construct something similar and meet certain demands for me. Then I have to look at it and see that, well, this meets the kind of expectation I'm expecting for my student. Then I can work with it. So that is what I do. So, for example, when it comes to the helping students, student attacks, or maybe if students identifying or trying to do transformation of functions, for example, okay, not every student probably may be at the place where I want them to be. You get this? Okay, so what I do is that once I give a general, I supply the right prompts to create the assessments. At the same time, I have to engage the AI to give me things that are similar but of less higher order thinking, like medium, and then in trying to incorporate, the kind of things I want those students to get. You get it? So on that direction, then I think that the AI particularly supports me to do that. And I'm thinking about how fast I get it, because the faster I get, the best I can be able to make and offer feedback when it comes to those tasks. And not only that, the AI can also help me to get good feedback too. In the long run, that is the AI is very supportive and as evidence in what I do. Because without it, I don't really think I would, within a fast, in terms of being able to do things very fast, I don't think I'll be able to make that. It would have taken a long time.
Makes sense. Makes absolute sense. I think makes sense. So I think for me, you've spoken a lot about AI for differentiation. You've now also spoken about how you can get variations and ensure that students at different level get the right kind of questions, and how AI is assistive. I think now I want to sort of deep dive into the grading part. You touched upon how AI helps you grade better. So what kind of changes do you see pre-AI and post-AI in terms of grading? And how do you think that the AI grading is really helping the student learning outcome eventually?
Yeah, when it comes to grading, the AI is very good, but AI cannot do it alone. So for example, depend on the kind of structure of the system you are giving the student, then you can let AI do. But when it comes to sort of a student putting down explanation and stuff like that, I think the teacher has to come in, because the AI itself is learning from you. Okay, so I mean, to be on the same that the AI gives, so that it helps you to give good and then correct and exact feedback for the students to improve.
Again, any tip or trick that the teachers can sort of emulate or learn from when it comes to grading for AI, like in the sense that, as what we've heard is that if we do grading with AI, maybe there's a possibility that AI can hallucinate. AI may not know the mark scheme, and I'm not talking about assessment, I'm in general talking about AI, right? So maybe AI hallucinates, maybe there is some bias that comes in. So given those kind of challenges that the larger community talks about, what is your suggestion? What is your mitigation strategy for these, or the way we can sort of solve for these?
I think this whole idea is, we have to see like as a journey. Because when the AI started, I don't think it was as quick as this. So we don't see as a journey. We will not grow and the AI will not grow. So, but for now, it's very important that even the AI gives you a grace for the student. It's good for the teacher to go through all of it. It's good for your teacher, because that's what I can suggest for now, because it's we are all growing. So I think it will take time. So now you don't replace your real work with the AI. You still have to be complementary. You have to be working together. You still have to be working together. So you have to intentionally going through all the grades that the AI give, and then you can also adjust to meet what the scheme's expectation. That's my opinion.
Got it. Okay. And then, given that you're using AI so much and you think it's of such use, what do you think is the future of assessments, and what do you think is the future of AI, and in the teacher's life and in the student's learning life? Like, what do you see will happen in 2030 according to you?
Yeah, I'm saying that with the AI and all this is coming up, I think creating assessments and diversity and assessment, it will not be an issue anymore. It will not be an issue. Now we'll have a lot of things to work with, actually. And then as for the AI world, as AI become more powerful, I think we must also be growing very quicker to be able to, complement and work together with it, instead of trying to say, okay, no, we can't do anything with it. No. AI, the future of assessment wouldn't be an issue. I think you're going to have a lot of creative ways to make the assessment with the help of the AI, and you have a lot of variations, and it's going to be help to address a lot of gaps in when it comes to student understanding. Using the right prompts that you couldn't have done before. Okay, so the future of with AI, the future assessment is going to be great, and we should expect a lot of creative ways to make an assessment, and then to consistently engage students so that they will not be bored.
I think that's interesting, Pushwar. I'm actually more curious about one thing. You said that AI is changing so fast that by 2030 it'll probably create more. It'll just make everyone's life even more simpler. What is needed is that we upskill ourselves, we train ourselves. We also learn as fast as how AI is learning. So what is it that we can do as teachers, as educators? What should we learn? How should we unlearn what we knew? And how should we prepare ourselves for what can unfold with AI changing so fast? Sorry.
I said there is vast information from the internet that we can take advantage of. And also, we can also leverage on the kind of professional development that our school community offer for us. And I'm very, very sure that they are very much aware of the exploit of AI now. So we have a lot of development sessions where AI is incorporated. So I think as teachers, we need to take advantage of this and upgrade ourselves and then flow with what is happening. Other than that, we'll be behind.
Makes sense. So any again, for the larger community, I'm just very curious that any place, any website, any PD that you definitely think will help, or any skill that all of us need to sort of learn, that we should sort of adapt to, so that we can learn as fast as AI is learning.
Yeah, currently, if you go to IB have a lot of these sessions ongoing. I think we have to be curious enough to be looking for such opportunities and then get engaged. Okay, so the onus is on us to be curious. I mean, we are handling a curriculum that raises children to be curious, then we ourselves have to be curious ourselves. Okay.
Yeah, I think that
we can take advantage of it.
Okay, got it. So I mean, basically, like for teachers, it's very important to be curious. And there are a lot of existing PD workshops, a lot of PD trainings that are happening. For starters, it's happening on IBO, for example. And so for teachers, need to stay curious to be ready for what unfolds with AI. Any closing thoughts that you have, anything you want to share, any insight, any anecdotes that you feel would be relevant for the larger community to learn from or to hear?
My final words will be, as a mathematics educator, I really believe that mathematics education is about building understanding, building confidence, and building curiosity. And then assessment should not just be about measuring student performance, but I mean, it should guide us the way we learn. Basically, it should guide us the way we learn instead of just measuring our performances. I think that's what I want to say. Coach.
Okay, that's lovely. I think so. What I'm taking back from the last 30 minutes of our conversation is, one, teachers need to stay curious because AI is here to stay, and teachers need to upskill ourselves so that we can keep pace with AI and ensure that it makes our lives much more simpler. Second thing I think I'm taking back is, like you said, right? Like it's important to look at classes in a diversified, have differentiated ways to look at the classes. Formatives are one way to do it, and get AI to do that for you. And third, I think the closing thought that you just said, that it's any subject is about building confidence, building comfort with it. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a lovely conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.